Hi guys, some changes have been made to the channels. This is my beginner's channel and I want to try and keep the tutorials basically very beginner-like. So these kind of tutorials you can now find, yes I have caved, in video format on the advanced channel. So for all of those of you who didn't like the pictures, now the videos also will be made on the advanced channel. So I will leave a link underneath the video here for those of you who are already so far that you can do a raw. It's actually a double raw, and I'm going to now, for the beginners, do just the pearl and embellishment, and do that with seed beads because I can't expect everybody to have Swarovskis on there. 1mm Swarovskis, they're very, very hard to find. So yeah, basically that's what's getting done right now. These are already on there, as I said. This is just the stud. I also showed, of course, how to make the stud with the pearl. So, but you know, if you just want to have some studs, then you also need to go to advanced channel and do the first part of the tutorial there. Here, right now, I'm going to start with two very white pearls, so they're not creamy. And for this tutorial you will need some, well, I'm gonna do one earring, of course I'm not gonna show you how to do two. Some 8/0 white pearl Ceylon and some silver seed beads size 11/0, and that's all you will be needing. And of course you need an ear hook, and you will need your fire lines size 0.006. Taking out about an arm span wide of fire line, cutting that off, and I'm running that through my wax. And because my videos have been overlit a lot lately, I'm just going to try and see if I can fix that with just turning a lamp on my hands. So if you see shade, then that's because I'm using artificial light now. Maybe a little up like that, a little bit, and see if that's enough light for my videos to stop being overlit, because I really hated that and there's nothing much you can do about that. But maybe try it with artificial light. And since I'm using white, it's the overlighting is a lot worse. So take your 8mm pearl, your needle with your fire line on it, and go through there and just leave a considerable amount of space like that for the end tail, and then pick up 6 size 8/0 seed beads, and these are Miyuki seed beads. So just in case, you know, sometimes it just doesn't work out if you use Toho because they're like a little different in size, but these are Miyukis. So if you want to start doing it right, then start doing Miyukis. But you can also, of course, practice with store-bought beads to begin with. But, you know, buy everything store-bought because this is also Swarovski pearl. Pick up another 6. Now we're doing the other side. Go back in. Pull that through. And you can choose whether you go left or right. It depends on what's easier for you. I'm going back in the same seed beads that I just added. And now I'm going to add 1/8/0 in between there. Going around again. And if you pull that tight, everything will be back in place. Pick up another 8/0 and go in there again. I'm going to go around about 3 times to make sure these pearls are all positioned correctly and that they're nice and tight, and you will feel when they get solid, and that's about 3 times, I think. And as you can see, they even out really good. So that's about it, I would say. Now I'm gonna find my way back to where I added that extra pearl, and you can see this is right above the hole. So I'm going into the one in front of the one that I added in the middle. Gonna make sure that you're in the right one. You can see your threads here, and then you go down. Now you add 8 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the 11 O's. These are silver lined seed beads. Go in there. And if that thread is in the way, then just push it underneath the beads to the other side. Like that. Pick up another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go back in the hole. And now go back into those 8. Or you can also go in that direction, depends on what you want to do, what's easiest for you. Pick up the 8. Pick up another seed bead. And now go into that other row. Pick up 1 seed bead and go into the other row, and now keep going around also about 2 times, and you will see it coming up, but that's okay, we're going to attach that later. Just want to make sure first that all your seed beads are positioned correctly and they fluently are joined together. So pull it tight and make sure that you got at least 2 to 3 or 2.5 times going around. I think this is 2.5. I'm gonna come up at the one where I added, the one that I added, because I'm gonna attach the added one to the one that I added here from the 8 O's. So that's where I want to come out. And now I'm going to go back into the one that I added, and make sure you look at your threads where they go. That's the added 8O. Go back in that silver one, and now go down 4 seed beads plus the one that you just came out of, so that's at a total of 5 seed beads. Pick up the seed bead that's closest to it. As you can see, that's this 8O. Pick that one up, go back in and go around again until you come out where that other seed bead is that you added later on. So that would be this seed bead. Pick up that 8O again, into that seed bead, and go around, and again pick up another 4 extra. So that's the one that you just came out of, plus 4. And just check, you need to go in this one. That's the one behind it. And in that one again. I'm going to go around again to make sure that my size 11 seed beads are now becoming more fluent, because you just kind of pulled them out of proportion a little bit. So you want to make them more fluent. And I think you can do that with about 1 row or 1.5. Now we're going to go and find our hole again, which is going to be a little bit difficult, so you have to double check. Was it here? Nope. That wasn't the one. And you can only check it by your threads. Was it here? Yep. You can see your holes here. Let's go into the hole. And you can stick it through to the other side and come out behind these beads. Now before we continue, I want to get rid of this thread, so I'm just going to pick up another needle quickly, put that on there, and go check that out, that you don't get tangled up with the other ones around in the 8 O's. Just a wee bit, because it's tight already. It's not going to go anywhere, it's not going to fall apart. And then just cut that off, so you're done with that thread. Now on this side we're also going to pick up 8 11 O's. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to go to the other side into the hole. It's going to be hard to find, but you'll find it. Now we need another 8 11 O's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And go into that hole again. We're going to do what we did on the other side. We're going to go around. At that one seed bead, go around, at the other seed bead, and go around to make it a little more fluently and joint all together. Okay, then we're going to see which one we edit, which would be this one. We're going to attach it right here. And this is the top, so what we're going to do now is also make a little loop. 1, 2, 3 silver seed beads. And you want it to dangle, so there we go. Go around in there again. And go up in 2, and I'm going to now pick up some size 15O, and I'm going to add 5 to my needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go into the silver. I'm going to go around again and make sure that that loop is really tight. So at least 3 times with fire line. Into the silver, the middle one, going down, and going back in on this side, and back into that one silver, picking up 4 again. And I'm doing this now because maybe later on I won't be able to find it. Picking up 4 extra again. I need this one, and now going to the other side again to pick up this one that I added right here, in here, and back in there, and picking up 5 extra again. This is, or picking up 4 extra again. This is 4, and this is 5, and around again in that 8-0. And now I'm going to go around again to even that out, and back as well as front has now been perfectly arranged. So you have, if somebody sees this earring from the back, it will look just as pretty as it looks on the front. See? So just make sure you got that going around now. Even that out. And just go around as often as you want. And when you can't get through there anymore, then just cut off your thread. And that's all there is to it, to these pretty little earrings. Okay. Now we're gonna go get us an ear hook. I'm gonna push these up because they're always in the way and they annoy the hell out of me. So I'm gonna push this up just a little bit because you don't want to break it. Put my little hook on there. And it doesn't really matter because you got both front and back looking exactly the same. Push that back down carefully. And put these down. Might want to close that up a little bit better than I did. There. And now you have very pretty, dangly earrings. As you saw, I made them pretty quickly. What would be the sales price? I would say 5 maybe to $7.50. That was what I would sell a set for that because they're done pretty quickly and they're very relatively cheaply, except for of course the Swarovski pearl in there. But that Swarovski pearl wasn't even $1 yet a piece. So yeah, I would say 5 to $7.50. I also have like the ear studs. These have 5 Swarovskis in them. I would also sell them for about $7.50. I got, if they don't have the Swarovskis in there, but just the silver seed beads, I would also sell these for 5. These I would sell for, these are without the, these are with the silver in them and with the silver around, but they're not double-sided. So I would sell these for about 10. And these have the Swarovskis in them again, so I would sell these for about 15 because this is also, they're not double-sided, but you can't do that because these actually have a head pin in there, so you can't do this. Of course you can take this idea and put that on this idea and put them together. Of course you can also take this idea and put them on here, and then you would save yourself some money on the head pins. But I wanted these to dangle and I wanted them as close as possible to the ear stud, so to make them really pretty and petite and delicate and Victorian and wedding-like. So, but yeah, these are wedding-like too. You can put whatever colors you want on here. You know, it would also look very pretty with a matte white on there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and if you're up to it and you know you're raw, I suggest you go to the advanced channel and see how that was done. Okay, bye guys, see you next tutorial.